So as I said before, Crowd is such an amazing thing to have in your 3D and VFX work. Why? Because it will help you to create scale in your scene, or it will help you to create emotion in your scene. So this is very important thing, guys. So let's say you have your crowd and you did all the simulation. So now you need to deal with shading randomization. For example, you need a random color to each agent to make it believable. For example, you need random cloth appearance to each agent. You see, that's very cool to have. And I don't know you are familiar with this concept in Houdini or not, but believe me, it's so headache to achieve that in easy and simple way. You need to deal with Solaris, you need to deal with material style sheet, and you need to convert this material style sheet, which is so outdated, in Solaris. Yeah, believe me, it's so headache. But in this video, we have a simple solution for you. So, let's go. Hi everyone, this is Dyson. Welcome to this channel, which are aiming to do everything in simple but yet a clever way. So we are talking about Crowd in these 2 weeks. I hope you are enjoying, guys, and for those are not enjoying, so sorry for that, but we are Crowd geeks, honestly, and we have plenty of video in this playlist. So yeah, we love Crowd, and thank you for all the people interested in CrowdX. Thank you, guys. You making my journey so delightful, and enjoy with CrowdX and make beautiful thing. So honestly, to me, CrowdX is another level. It's game changer. This is my best tool I have, honestly, and I can do a lot of things with less time, without dealing with all these shitty technical concept. For example, I did this only in 3 hours. Did you believe that? Honestly, this Crowd, simple Crowd in 3 hours. That's very cool, honestly. So in this video, I will show you a cool feature of the next version of CrowdX. So let's begin. So the first feature is pin constraint. Do you remember this video? This is very cool technique to pin every agent, the ragdoll agent, together. The link in the description, of course, I will put it here. And as you can see, this one too, I pinned this agent to this ball. Of course, you need to do that very technical stuff, and you need to pin that manually, and this is so headache, honestly. You see with these lines, this is the constraint and constraint type as a pin. And with all this headache, of course, if you're interested, you can watch this video here. With all this, you can have something like that. You see this ball and yeah, this agent pinning to it. And this is very cool stuff. But having said that, how we can do that daily without dealing with any technical stuff? We have a solution for you. In CrowdX now, as you can see, we have pin constraint, and it will generate interactively, you see, without manual stuff, and you can specify the target, and it will create this line as a constraint, and it will glue or pin these agents to the target. You see, wow, with this hammer, as you can see, this is very cool stuff. Of course, the full video tutorial will drop after this, and this is a nice thing to have, you see, without dealing with any technical stuff. For example, this horse, you see, it will create or transfer the agent to the ragdoll, and then you can add another action to create pin constraint. You see, now this agent pinned to this horse, which is the target. You see, this is very cool stuff and very easy to achieve, honestly. Bro, That was too hard to achieve in this simplicity, honestly. Yeah, there was a couple nights I didn't sleep, honestly. So with that, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Share it if you want. Spread the love. I will be so grateful, guys, honestly. So let's carry on. So what about dev look? What about shading, randomization, all this stuff? You see, we have this crowd, right? And for example, if I want to assign a color, this is very simple. You can drop a color node and assign random color to it, honestly. And you need to do this random stuff without unpacking the point, because if you unpack the point, you will lose all the efficiency. You see, now we are assigning this color to this crowd, okay? But what if I want to assign this color only to the part of this agent, not the whole agent? Because you see, that's awful. We don't have any agent like that, colorful agent. So for example, if I want to assign a color or randomization to the layer, some attachment, you see, we don't have anything like that, because all these agents are packed as a point. You see, we don't have any access to individual component. If we want that, we need to unpack it. So if we unpack that, we will lose all the efficiency. Believe me, that's not the way. Guess what? We have a simple but smart way to do. Let me show you. So with the CrowdX, now we have dev look activated, as you can see, and you can create one tab or multiple tab of color, and you can choose the attribute ID for randomization. You see, you can have this ramp, and you can have this amazing randomization, and you can select agent or part of the crowd, for example, the enemy or a regular agent. And as you can see, we have the regular stuff. But what about the individual component? You can create a name attribute for your component or your part of the agent. As you can see, the chest we have in here. And now in this section, you can type chest and voila. You see, without any complexity, now you are assigning randomization color to part of the agent. Of course, instead of chest, you can type any layer or any attachment like gun, for example, or anything you attach to your agent. Wow, this is amazing. And you can have an amazing color palette using this ramp. You see, this is very cool. And honestly, I love it. This is in viewport. And of course, we have a projection thing. You can have your crowd, as you can see, and you can project your logo, for example, or your picture on this crowd. You see, this is very awesome. Honestly, I love it. And yeah, it took a lot to achieve something like that, you see. And of course, with this dev look and color, you can have your simulation afterward, and this is very straightforward workflow. So now we have our color. How can use this randomization in our final render, for example in Solaris in the latest version? You see, with dev look activated in your CrowdX, you can dive in and you will see yourself in Solaris simple scene. You see, you have all the color and you have karma rendering that, and you have this material. You see, you have the color imported from the CrowdX, and you have the mask, which agent have the custom color, and you can have multiple variation for it. For example, you can mix those with your texture, or you can have multiply or screen effect with these two texture, the randomization color and your texture agent. And of course, with that, you are not limited in this Solaris. You can copy this node and fetch it with other or your final Solaris. You see, now I'm using this fetch node and I am retrieving all the crowd with all this randomization and material in your custom scene. And now from this you can have your freedom. You can create your scene and you can have custom lighting. You see, this is very cool. And to me, honestly,
a few moments later,
I have this. You see, with 3 hours I did this scene in Solaris and CrowdX without any complexity. You see, that's cool. Yeah, I guess the evil is preparing with another war. Yeah, damn it. So as you can see, this is the color randomization. Of course, the texture randomization is coming in the next release. So we are trying to make this CrowdX better and better. We're fixing bugs, for example. This is a natural stuff in developing. So I hope you are enjoying this CrowdX, and if you are interested, you can have it in the link in the description. You can purchase it for the lifetime without any licensing stuff, any headache stuff. And if you want to try that, you can subscribe to Champion tier, guys, not Treasure tier, Champion tier, and you can try all the digital asset before purchasing that. So with that, see you in the next one and have amazing crowd simulation. See ya.